Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's a little personal. Ever been in a crowded room, or maybe just finished a workout and caught a whiff of something funky? Yeah, we're talking about body odor. Specifically, why does armpit sweat smell so bad? It's something we all deal with, but have you ever stopped to wonder what's actually going on in there? Let's get into the science behind the stink. First things first, let's bust a huge myth right away. Sweat itself doesn't actually smell. I know, it sounds crazy, but it's true. Fresh sweat is virtually odorless. Your body has two main types of sweat glands: eccrine glands and apocrine glands. Eccrine glands are found all over your body, and their main job is to cool you down by releasing a watery fluid. This is the sweat you feel on your forehead or back when you're exercising. It's mostly water and salt, and it doesn't have much of a scent. But then, we have the apocrine glands. These are the ones we're interested in today. They're concentrated in specific areas, primarily your armpits, your groin, and around your nipples. Unlike eccrine glands, apocrine glands don't just release water and salt. They produce a thicker, milkier fluid that's packed with proteins and fats. Now, here's the key. These glands become active during puberty, which is why body odor isn't really a thing for little kids. They are also highly responsive to emotional stress, anxiety, and excitement. So, that nervous sweat you get before a big presentation, that's your apocrine glands kicking into high gear. So if the sweat from these apocrine glands is also odorless when it first comes out, where does the smell come from? The culprits are tiny microorganisms living on your skin. Your skin, especially in warm, moist areas like your armpits, is a bustling metropolis of bacteria. It's like a tiny ecosystem, and these bacteria are hungry. They see the proteins and fats in your apocrine sweat as an all-you-can-eat buffet. When these bacteria break down or metabolize the compounds in your sweat, they produce byproducts. And it's these byproducts that have a distinct, unpleasant odor. Think of it like this: the bacteria are eating a meal, and the smell is their waste product. The specific smell can vary from person to person because everyone has a unique blend of bacteria on their skin, kind of like a bacterial fingerprint. This is why some people might have a more pungent odor, while others have a milder one. Let's get even more specific about these smelly compounds. Scientists have identified several key molecules responsible for that classic BO smell. One of the main offenders is a group of compounds called thialcohols. If that name sounds a bit like something you'd want to avoid, you're right. These compounds are notorious for their sulfurous, onion-like or even meaty smells. In fact, they're chemically similar to compounds found in onions and garlic. One particularly potent molecule is called 3-methyl-3-sulfanylex-AN-1-OL, or 3-M3-SH for short. It's so powerful that even in tiny amounts, our noses can pick it up. A specific type of bacteria, Staphylococcus hominis, is especially good at producing this stinky molecule. Another group of smelly chemicals are volatile fatty acids. These can have a range of smells, from cheesy to vinegary. Corynebacterium species are the main bacteria responsible for producing these. So, the unique cocktail of bacteria living in your armpits determines whether your scent leans more towards oniony or cheesy. It's a fascinating, if slightly gross, science. So, why the armpits? It's the perfect storm. You have a high concentration of those special apocrine glands. It's a warm environment, it's often moist, and it's covered by hair. Hair provides an increased surface area for sweat to linger and for bacteria to thrive. It essentially creates the perfect breeding ground for these odor-producing microbes to do their thing. Now, you might be wondering if your diet, genetics, or health can play a role, and the answer is a big yes. Certain foods, especially those high in sulfur like garlic, onions, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cabbage, can release compounds that are eventually excreted in your sweat, contributing to the overall scent. Genetics also play a huge part. Your genes influence the type and amount of sweat you produce, as well as the composition of your skin's microbiome. This is why body odor can run in families. Some studies have even shown that a small percentage of people, particularly of East Asian descent, have a specific gene variant that leads to less smelly armpit sweat because their apocrine glands produce a different type of fluid that bacteria can't break down as easily. Certain medical conditions and medications can also alter your body odor. For example, conditions like diabetes or kidney disease can cause a change in your natural scent. So, if you ever notice a sudden and persistent change in your body odor, it's always a good idea to check in with a doctor, just to be safe. Okay, so we understand the why. Now for the practical part. What can we do about it? The strategy is twofold. Reduce the amount of sweat and control the bacteria. This is where deodorant and antiperspirant come in. They seem similar, but they do very different jobs. Antiperspirants work by temporarily blocking your sweat ducts, usually with aluminum-based compounds. Less sweat means less food for the bacteria. Deodorants, on the other hand, don't stop you from sweating. Instead, they tackle the bacteria directly. They often contain antibacterial agents to reduce the number of microbes on your skin, and they also contain fragrances to mask any odor that does get produced. Many products on the shelf are actually a combination of both. Good hygiene is, of course, fundamental. Washing your armpits daily with soap and water physically removes sweat and a large portion of the bacteria. Shaving or trimming armpit hair can also help, as it reduces the surface area for bacteria and sweat to accumulate, allowing your skin to stay drier. Wearing clothes made from natural, breathable fabrics like cotton or linen can also make a difference, as they allow sweat to evaporate more easily compared to synthetic fabrics like polyester. So, to recap this smelly situation, your body produces a special type of sweat in your armpits that is full of proteins and fats. This sweat itself is odorless, but the bacteria living on your skin have a feast on this sweat. As they break it down, they release stinky chemical byproducts like thioalcohols and fatty acids, which we perceive as body odor. The whole process is influenced by your genetics, diet, hygiene, and even your emotions. It's a complex and personal biological process that happens to all of us. So next time you catch a whiff of BO, instead of just thinking of, you can think about the fascinating microscopic world at work. It's a little reminder of the incredible, and sometimes stinky, science that is the human body. Thanks so much for watching and getting nerdy about body chemistry with me today. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the science of everyday life. And hey, let me know in the comments if there are any other why questions about the human body you'd like me to cover. See you in the next one.